Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, they worked hard for your vote and now they're back working hard for the city. We'll bring you the similarities and differences of the second-term council members.
And this nonprofit raises money to raise the bar when it comes to Torrance's cultural arts.
Then we'll tell you what happens to those treats when we stop treating ourselves.
Plus, she's rolling in the dough. We'll introduce you to the city's new treasurer. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Here are your top stories. The Madrona Marsh is still closed. The county's vector-borne disease control recommended the closure over concerns about an increase in mosquitoes. And while there are no signs of West Nile at the marsh, the county has asked the city to trim vegetation and increase their insect abatement efforts. The city has not announced when the marsh will reopen. So far, there are no known cases of West Nile virus in L.A. County. According to the L.A. County Public Health Department, most persons who become infected with the virus will not become ill. However, for the small portion who do become sick, symptoms can include fever, headache, rash, muscle weakness, and nausea.
A longtime city employee and elected official is closing one chapter of her life and beginning another. Linda Barnett, the city's treasurer, announced her retirement earlier this year, giving notice that she will not run again for the 4-year term. While Barnett has been a city employee for 33 years, she officially served as a city treasurer, an elected position for the past 17 years. Prior to that, she served as a city employee, as the deputy city treasurer, senior account clerk, and account clerk in the water department. Barnett was not only responsible for handling all the money received and spent within the city, but also investing.
We have our revenues that come in and we have our expenditures that go out. So we want to make sure that the city gets the biggest bang for the buck. So we'll take any discretionary money, any extra money we have, and we make sure that's invested daily.
And with Barnett's conservative approach, she was able to bring in close to $60 million in interest earnings to Torrance during her tenure as city treasurer. Barnett celebrates her 33 years of service at a retirement party this week. Now she says she plans to spend more time with her family, improve her golf game, and catch up on some good books. And later in the show, we'll introduce you to the city's new treasurer.
The arts are an important part of the city of Torrance. The Cultural Arts Foundation doesn't have to worry about budget cuts affecting upcoming performances. The foundation raises money on their own through fundraisers like their most recent gala. Reporter Margaret Sharp explains.
What do Sheena Easton and Jody Messina have in common? They've both performed in Torrance. Along with those big names, plays, dance, and musical performances have all been made possible by the Torrance Cultural Arts Center Foundation. But it all comes at a cost.
Unfortunately, the ticket sales don't always cover the artists' performances, and plus we have some overhead, so we need to cover those costs. This fundraiser helps us to defer those costs.
And now, in its 16th year, the Cultural Arts Foundation Gala hopes to raise enough funds to keep its programs thriving. Executive Director Christian Wolf is thrilled about the turnout and support from the Torrance community.
We didn't nearly have the type of support that Torrance does, not only from businesses and local organizations, but just general community members and city council.
This year's soiree was themed comedy and magic. The audience was entertained by a comedian, a magician, and the all-in-one comedic magician, Chipper Lowell.
Nice to have you here, Barry. What do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? What? Nothing. Wow, that's a government job? Is that what that is?
Guests participated in a silent and a live auction, some big-ticket items, a week in Cabo San Lucas, and dinner with the mayor and city council. Money raised at the event will fund performances that the community and sponsors love.
The shows have been fantastic, and some of the talent that they've gotten in here. Martin Short's been here, Eddie Money's been here, a lot of big-name acts.
Douglas sees those big-name acts as a way to get Torrance the recognition it deserves.
I think Torrance largely gets overlooked in the South Bay, and it's really the center of commerce, and it's an easy way for Torrance to get its name on the map.
These performances have high costs, but with fundraisers like the annual gala, the show will go on.
So that we can continue bringing in the quality and caliber of artists that we do and keep the ticket prices as low as possible.
This year's annual gala was obviously a success. Guests got to experience stellar entertainment while raising money for a great cause. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Margaret Sharp.
Thank you, Margaret. For more information on the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation, go to TorranceArts.org. Coming up, we all like to treat ourselves now and then. After the break, we'll tell you what happens to small businesses when we stop splurging.
But first, here's the current temperature outside.